Oh man, this is okay. Why are you not added to the stream? Okay. This is going not. Y'all have to excuse me. This is a new feature. And he's supposed to be solo. This is not how it's supposed to be. Okay.
Oh, hey everyone. It's Monday, and I want to welcome you all to the show, Coffee with Ori. Today's topic is about letting go of toxic people, and what prompt this conversation today. It was actually I got an angel reading, which if you all know me, you know it was just a little weird for me, but I got an angel reading this weekend, and it was actually kind of amazing because a lot of the things that I have either worked on or things that I'm working on or things that I'm focusing on in my future was talked about. And I found it to be very interesting. Now, letting go of a problem is never an easy solution. I think some people find it easy to walk away from things, and some people find it easy to just, I guess, not really walk away without addressing a situation. Sometimes people just walk away. Sometimes they run away, and I ask myself within myself, do I represent this type of energy where I run away? And I really don't. I'm the type of person that allows things to fester within my head. So I figured it's a topic that we all go through in life. I don't think that there's not one person that goes through this. Whether you are feeling good, whether you're kind, whether you're not kind, no matter what people may think of us, we are human beings. We all have emotions. People think that sometimes I can be really nasty and very shady, but I have my reasons to be the way that I am. And if you can walk in my shoes for a day, then you would understand. So, this is here with no judgment. It's just minor conversation that sometimes we don't want to talk about. Now, one of the things that I must address is I have a tendency of walking away, of not walking away from people, just shutting down. Like I'll take a week for myself, or I'll just shut down, period, for a bit. And it doesn't mean that I'm upset, doesn't mean that I'm angry, doesn't mean that I, am upset with any particular person. I think most of the time I'm upset with myself. So I find a way to just pull away. I think that in this lifetime, in the realm that we live in, we've incarnated into this life so that we can better ourselves. And sometimes we repeat the tragedies that we already went through in our past life or many other lives. So we come back into this life and we find this mundane world. What it does to us, we feel that it creates boundaries, but it really doesn't. We create boundaries. So we have to learn to let go of certain boundaries, certain people. Sometimes you have to walk away from certain situations, certain problems, certain jobs. Sometimes you have to move the hell out of town and just move as far away as you can, because I don't believe that many people who are toxic even know that they're toxic. The world is filled with toxic vampires, people that are literally sucking the life out of you, and they don't realize that their energy can be toxic. And sometimes, as you being the person who they're taking energy from, as you're being affected, you don't know what to do at times. And to me, my escape is to take time for me, to let go, to walk away. I've been known to walk away from family, been known to walk away from friends, been known to walk away from people who have been in my life, who technically in this particular moment, it's not that I don't have any use for them, but they were in my life for a season. They were in my life for a reason. And just like the gentleman explained to me, just like a tree has leaves, sometimes the leaves fall off and then they are reborn. Sometimes the branches fall off and new branches grow. But sometimes the situation is so deeply rooted that you're the one that has to come to the conclusion and say, I need to walk out of this. I need to leave the situation. You know, some situations are harder than others because sometimes you love people like family. Sometimes it is family. Sometimes it's parents. And sometimes you just don't know, honestly, in what direction to go. This topic is very interesting because, you know, we've had a couple of amazing things happen with our planets within the last few months that actually changed people's vibrations. What I noticed personally in the universe and in people were acting very crazy for a minute there. You know, it was getting out of hand and there was a lot of ridiculousness and a lot of arguments and people feeling depressed and people feeling like it was just overwhelming. Everything was overwhelming and nothing was really sitting right with people. And I look at it now and I notice that there's a lot more people that have been awakened. And sometimes the awakening is not, it's not soft and fuzzy. Sometimes the awakening is very difficult. And when it hits you, you go through all kinds of changes where you don't want to live, or you feel like you're losing your mind, or you get very angry, or you become belligerent, or you go through all these different things. I think that in the process of awakening, we all have something about us that we need to change. And what I mean by that is changes come. Changes come in many different forms. One thing that I learned as a Yoruba priest, and I always tell anybody who is in the process of being initiated, make sure that your shit is together. Excuse my language, but this is who I am. Make sure your shit is together. You know, make sure that you don't have bills over your head. Make sure that your emotional state is good, that your financial state is okay, that the people you deal with are okay, and everything you needed to do to get rid of people, clean them up, get rid of them, push them aside, do it. And it's only because when you go into, and when you become a priest of any kind, you're taking on new energy, and that energy intensifies everything even more. So my advice to you guys is, whoever's out there, male, female, children, that are about to make a change into any religious order, whether it be Wicca or whether it be Dambala, whether it be, you know, Yoruba priesthood, um, Buddhist, anybody who is trying to change, make a change in their life because they had an awakening, just make sure that everything in your life is in order, so that there would never be an inconsistency, that everything in your life will run. Everything you do has to be different. If you're used to shifting your life and moving, you know, just picking up and going and then coming back in disarray, you need to make sure that if you're going to come back, you're going to come back the right way, so that it can continuously follow you that way. Everything will line itself up and it'll keep coming. Patience is the one thing that I've learned, and sometimes I get mad at myself because I know what's coming and I ignore what's coming. I see what's coming and I pretend that I don't see it. I get advice about things to be careful with, and I just figure, you know, that if I'm not coming at you with bullshit, why would you come at me with it? But unfortunately, that's the society we live on. The society that we live in, it basically pushes you into believing that you're either not good enough, that you're not gonna progress, you're not gonna move forward, and it makes you feel as if you're always fighting to keep yourself being seen, being heard. At this particular time in my life, I don't care to be seen, maybe heard, because, if I'm giving you advice, I want you to listen to the advice. I want you to understand that the advice that I'm giving you is only to better yourself. It's not to harm you. At this point in my life, I'm 54 years old, and I figure, you know what, I've been through a lot, but there's also a lot of people out there that have been through much more than me. And I just think that it is time to stop blaming other people for the things that are going on. Stop blaming yourself, stop blaming other people, stop blaming the spirits, stop blaming the Orishas, stop blaming any type of religious order that you're in. Stop blaming it. Don't blame anybody for your own sloppiness, because sometimes we don't move forward. And sometimes we say we have patience and we don't have patience. We just expect. And that's the thing, expectation. And we spoke about this a few times, like I told you guys a few times. I don't ever have expectations of people. So when people let me down, it's okay, because I didn't already expect anything, whether good or bad. I just allowed the universe to take over and show me that this person is toxic. Sometimes, like I said, it's family. Sometimes it's a brother, it's a sister. Sometimes it's a mother. Sometimes it's a father. Sometimes it's just everyone that surrounds you. And then you have to basically start to cut the weakest links out of your life and then start over. It's nothing wrong with starting over, starting a new life. But you can't start a new life and say, I'm trying to disconnect from toxic people and continue to socialize with the same toxic people, because then you're not really changing. I have seen people, be with people that are very toxic, and their biggest excuse about toxicity is, well, I love him or I love her and I'm trying to help them because I know that I can help them. Well, first of all, if you're not their parent and you're their partner, they're supposed to be there to help you. You're supposed to be there both so you can help each other. It's not about you helping them or you carrying them, because unless you have a certificate or a degree that says you're a nurse or you're a doctor, you can't really help them. And you can't use your own life experience to teach them about their life experience, because it doesn't work. I tell you about things that have occurred in my life experience that are simple, but to know all of my problems in life, you really have to know me really well. And some of you know, but even the ones that know me well don't really know everything about my life. You only know what I tell you. You don't know what goes on deep inside of me. That's one. Two, comparisons. I don't compare my life to anybody's life. My life is mine. My adventures are mine. My trips are mine. What I've been through is mine. I chose it. I chose this lifetime to come in and to do what I'm doing here again. And sometimes it may seem kind of redundant and people wonder why, but who am I to even ask why? I chose this life. In scriptures, it tells you God already knew you before you were even created. So even before you were a thought, God already knew what you had chosen for yourself. So you came into this world to be the person that you're supposed to be. We're here on a mission to do something. And 9 out of 10, our mission is to heal either ourselves or heal other people, so that when we finish our life in this time, we can either choose to come back, or when we come back, we won't come back as the same person that was broken in the past life. You'll come back as someone different, and you're ready to start something different. when it comes to certain situations, in life, people say these things and I laugh, well, I don't talk about anybody. I don't gossip about anybody. Everyone in the world talks about everybody. That is normal. Whether it's a good conversation, whether it's a bad conversation, whether it's bullshit, whether it's a comment, whether it be negative or positive, everyone talks about everyone. There is no person that does not mention or say anything. Same thing with jealousy and envy. I'm not a jealous person, and I've never been a jealous person. I'm not an envious person. Don't want to be like anyone else, because why would I want to be? I think I live a fabulous life for myself. I don't, it's a mental thing. I live good for me. But not everybody feels that way. Sometimes there's an emptiness in people's mind and their souls and their spirits that triggers something, and they start to create these pockets of envy and these pockets of distressful attitude, but then they actually turn it around as if you're the one that's insecure and jealous of them, which I don't know how they get that, but the mirror that they may be looking at is probably stained, because I know mine tells me exactly what I'm going through in life. And for you guys that see me like looking in a different direction, I had a procedure done in my eye, and the eye is a little weird. So I'm looking in different directions so that doesn't bother me, because it kind of scratches. Now, to continue with this, you have to, it's a new year. We're already in February. We have to decide as a whole. I know what my goal is, but my people, my audience, the people that surround me, the people who are, watching, and the people who don't participate, but they just watch. The reality is, how do you want to live your life? Do you want to continue to live the same lifestyle and the same way you've been living? Do you want to continue to be in a relationship where you're constantly arguing? Do you want to be in a relationship with yourself where you're always complaining about money? Do you want to live in a relationship with yourself where you always feel that you have to create a scam or be a different way to make yourself popular, or to make people seem, or to make yourself seem that you have more than what you have? There are different ways for you to sabotage yourself. And sometimes, even with toxicity, we can be toxic to ourselves. I know it took me a long time to realize that, complaining about other people or complaining about things that were going on in my life and blaming other people, it had to end. I couldn't blame other people for the things that happened to me. Now, I'm not saying that if something happens to me and I don't create it, I can't feel sad or bad about it. I do. Sometimes I just want to hit you over the head with a bat. But I also have to understand that, to be the world, there has to be a little bit of everything. There has to be drama. There has to be BS. There has to be gossip. There has to be problems. There has to be jealousy and all that. But it's what you choose to have around you. And sometimes you don't even have to walk away. Sometimes all you have to do is just take a day or two or a week for yourself to take a deep breath and to start to analyze everything in your head, and start asking yourself by writing things down like I do. And I start to weigh the pros and the cons. Why do I socialize with this person? Why am I friends with this person? Why do I have this person in my life? What does this person play in my life? What will this person be in my future? And then I write the cons. What has this person done to me? How has this person treated me? And if I feel that the cons are more than the pros, then you got to go. And believe it or not, although it might hurt me inside, I definitely have to look out for me. And you guys have to look out for yourselves, because no one, unless you can heal yourself, no one else is going to heal you. Unless you can figure shit out by yourself, no one ever is going to figure it out for you except you. I've learned that, but we're not talking about favors. We're talking about figuring out your life, figuring out what's going on in your life. which is very important. Religiously, we are all religious. Whether we believe and we say we believe in God or we don't believe in God, we believe in something. And whatever it is that we believe in, whether it's the universe, the higher power, Mother Earth, Father Sky, whether it be the moon, the sun, whether it be Christ, Allah, Jehovah, whatever it is that you believe in, you have to gravitate to that. You have to gravitate to teachings that can help you to move forward. And sometimes when you gravitate to whatever you feel, that whatever feels right inside of you, then and only then will you see the truth about yourself. But you have to be willing to see the truth. And sometimes that's the hardest thing. We don't want to see the truth with ourselves. Sometimes it's easier for us to blame someone else and to wonder why, when what the question you should be asking is, what have I done to have this person change on me? Sometimes it's a simple conversation. Sometimes it's something as simple as, I'm socializing with you and all you're talking to me about is what's not going right in your life, and my life is fine. And after a while, that becomes toxic. So what do? I back away, because it took me years, like I said, to get to where I'm at, to the point that I'm at now. And part of that procedure comes from knowing self, from knowing spirit, from knowing that what's going on inside of you, it's either something that you learned, it was a learned behavior because you weren't born that way. It was either a learned behavior, or it was something that you lived through that was so traumatic that made you feel that way. It's just like a hypochondriac. A person who's a hypochondriac, I have a lot of illnesses, but they're not really illnesses. A lot of it's self-induced, but there are people who have a lot of illnesses, and every illness has a reason. Sometimes you think that you get into an accident and you're handicapped, you become crippled and you can't walk. Well, ask yourself before the accident, what was your life like? Because I've met people along the line where have had tragic car accidents where they were not supposed to even walk. And then within months, they decide to walk and they walk. Why? Because their mind has always been powerful enough to say enough. But then there are people who are strong, who have strong minds, and they're not happy. They're not complete. They have illnesses. The illnesses don't go away, although they know how to take care of them, because they choose not to. And I'm one of those people that are stubborn like that. But when I decide that I'm ready to stop or change, I change, and things go for the better. So any situation that goes on in your life, I believe that if you push and you fight and you pray and you believe that you will change, not just the inside of you, but also the physical part of you, you can do it. I don't see that there is a problem with that. I believe that going through the things that we go through in life, we forget that the mind is very powerful, and that the body is a machine. I learned a long time ago by this woman. It's a very good woman. I met her in Bloomfield, New Jersey, and I socialized with her daughter. She used to make a lot of my products, my oils and my creams and stuff. And she's a very good human being. But I remember the mother. She used to give me this rub down when I started to have really severe panic attacks that was really bad. And I used to go to her on a weekly basis, every day. Every day I would go, but on a weekly basis. So I was spending about $600 a week, and she would just rub me down with these oils, and the oils had everything. And she would cover me up. I wasn't covered. I was naked, and from my neck down, she would rub all these oils, like literally a gallon of oil on my body, and just rub it. But within a half hour, my body absorbed every single bit of oil, where I knew from her that I would become a diabetic. I knew from her that I would have hypertension. I knew from her that I was going to suffer from really severe panic attacks, but I also knew that there was a cure for all of these things. So the body, one of the things that she said was, if you want to sleep, you have to disconnect yourself from the world, which is what people do not understand. When I need to sleep, I need to sleep. I don't need to be bothered. I just need to sleep and sleep, even if it's 18 hours, even if it's 20 hours, I have to sleep. Because once I awaken, my body awakens into something different. I metamorphosize into something much different, much stronger, much powerful. And power is what we all need, not just in our bodies, but in here, to say no, one, and to say, I will not repeat the sins of my father or my mother, and I will not repeat the continuous cycle that I keep choosing to come back into just to try to make it right in this lifetime. If you find yourself in a situation where situations get bad and you find yourself repeating something that it's like a deja vu and you're like, but why? Well, usually when you tap into source, you tap into spirit, you're always going to find obstacles. It's never going to be beautiful. It's never going to be pretty. It's never going to be, there's always going to be something going on. There's always going to be something that is going to be in your way. And sometimes being in your way is yourself. No one else, you, because you choose to have people. Yes, I'm hard-headed because I choose to believe in humanity. And I say this, I say this often. I've said it many times. I don't really believe in people. I believe in humanity. I believe that humanity has the ability to change itself, to evolve into something better. I think somehow or another, the 80s was a year where, to me, was the years that were okay. Although there were things going on like, the AIDS virus or whatever, it was good. I mean, it was a solid year. It was solid years of happiness and good things. And it didn't matter that I went through a lot of things in my younger past. It just meant that I felt good in the 80s. And I don't see why there's a reason why we can't go back and try to communicate, because that's the key. We've lost communication. And that's why people have become so toxic. People want to kill themselves. They're always talking about killing themselves. You know my model for that. I already explained to you guys a long time ago. I know it's hard to hear, but it's reality. I am an advocate for suicide. If you want to kill yourself, go right ahead and do it. Because the only person that you're going to the only person that's going to judge you is God. It's between you and God. It has nothing to do with anybody else. So at the end of the day, just don't talk about it. Don't talk about you want to die, you want to die. You want to die, kill yourself. Jump off a bridge. I think that will be the easiest way. And I think it's easier for you to get away from people. Well, guys, right now we're going to go into a commercial before we start our meditation. But remember, today's key word is to remove yourself from toxic people. So toxicity is the key word for today. Remember that. So we're going to a commercial right now. Okay, and welcome back. Before I walk you through this meditation today, we're going to be focusing on the chant. I don't want you guys to chant. I will chant. I just need you to breathe in, and I need you to follow what I said the last time. We're going to be chanting on what I'm going to be chanting on is Namu Omi Tofu, which is Amitabha, is a celestial Buddha described in the ancient scriptures of Mahayana school of Buddhism. The Sanskrit word Amitabha literally translate as bountiless life or boundless light. The two words Amita Buddha are inconceivably and within the Buddha Dharma. He is a great Dharma king. He was also a Buddha of the land of the ultimate bliss, pure land, in which all beings enjoy unbounded happiness. So this is basically to remove self-doubt, to remove to help you control the ego, but it's also to help you to see what is toxic in your life, not just the people, because like I said, we all have flaws. I have them, and I anytime I get a chance to apologize on Facebook to my godchildren and friends of for not being there, whatever. But I can only apologize so much. I can't always apologize and not learn the lesson that in a lot of instances things happened, and then things that I cannot change and things that cannot change me because they've already changed me to the way where I feel comfortable saying I won't do this, or I have done this, but this is the reason why. So with this meditation, I just want to start off with you guys taking 3 deep breaths. We're going to start the first one, which is you breathe in deeply. Breathe in through your nose as deep as you can. You hold it. You hold it. You hold it. And then you release it slowly. What we're doing is we're breathing in anything that's toxic, anything that surrounds us that's toxic, anything that bothers us, you breathe it in. And when you release it, you release light and love. In your mind, you just release light and love, light and love. And I want you to continue this as we begin. But I want you to take another deep breath. And I want you to hold it. And I want you to hold it. And I want you to hold it. Now release it slowly and just think of light and love to everyone. I send light and love to me, to my family, to everyone that needs light and love. And you continuously do this just for a couple of seconds. And then we will start with putting everything to sleep. So we're going to start as we did the last time. Find yourself a comfortable spot where you can sit, or you can lay down, or whatever it is that you want to do. Just find yourself a comfortable position to get into. And we're going to begin. So remember, you're going to begin by following everything I say. But meanwhile, you're going to just be breathing in through your nose slowly and then breathing out. But be mindful of the words that I say and follow everything that I say in here. Relaxing the toes, relaxing the feet, relaxing the shins, relaxing the legs, the calves, relaxing your feet, your toes, your ankles, your calves, your shins, relaxing your knees, relaxing your knees, relaxing your calves, relaxing your toes, relaxing your feet, relaxing your ankles, relaxing your shins, and relaxing your leg muscles, relaxing your knees, relaxing your thighs, relaxing your hips, relaxing your knees, relaxing your thighs, relaxing your inner thigh, relaxing your hips, relaxing your buttocks, relaxing your stomach, relaxing your hips, relaxing your thighs, relaxing your knees, relaxing your shins, relaxing your calves, relaxing your ankles, relaxing your feet, relaxing your toes, relaxing your inner thighs, relaxing your buttocks, relaxing your stomach, relaxing your chest, relaxing your fingers, relaxing your hands, relaxing your arms, relaxing your chest, relaxing your back, relaxing your stomach, relaxing your hips, relaxing your buttocks, relaxing your fingers, relaxing your hands, relaxing your arms, relaxing your forearms, relaxing your shoulders, relaxing your back, relaxing your chest, relaxing your neck, relaxing your mouth, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your mouth, relaxing your nose, relaxing your ears, relaxing your eyes, relaxing your nose, relaxing your mouth, relaxing your neck, relaxing the back of your neck, relaxing your back, relaxing your chest, your arms, your shoulder, your stomach, your hands, your fingers, relaxing the head, relaxing the eyes, relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the ears, relaxing the mouth, relaxing the nose, relaxing the neck, relaxing the chest, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. I want you guys to take a really deep breath, as deep as you can take it. And then I want you to release it slowly, count to 10. And in your mind, just keep repeating, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. And if your mind wanders, don't worry about it. Just bring it right back to breathing in and breathing out and relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. I will start my chant now, and you keep repeating in your minds, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. I will be sending you all light and love, peace and prosperity, and healing energy, so that we may all heal at the same time, and that we may all recognize the truth and the illusion of the truth, and what we need to do to change things in our lives. Namo Amitofu, 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 Namo Amitofu. Namo Amitofu, Namo Amitofu, Namo Amitofu, Namo Amitofu, Namo Amitofu, Namo Amitofu, Namu Omitofu, 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 Namu Omitofu. Remember, breathing in and breathing out, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. You continuously repeat that in your head as I chant for you. Namu Omitofu, 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 Namu Omitofu. Remember to breathe in slowly and breathe out light and love. And in your mind, continuously repeat, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit as I continue to chant for heavenly peace, to remove boundaries, to send light and love so that you can find happiness and you can remove the toxicity that you may be causing in your own life. Namu Omitofu, 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 Namu Omitofu. Remember to breathe in the toxicity. Remember to move out love and light. Breathe in the toxicity that causes our gates to close and our paths to close. And spew out love and light. Meanwhile, in your mind, keep reciting, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Take a deep breath. Release it. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Release it. Remember, breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in darkness, breathing out light and love. Just pure love and light. and connect to the people that you love the most. Remember to recite in your mind, relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. And I will begin again. Namu Amitofu. 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 Remember to breathe in and remember to breathe out slowly. The mind is the catalyst that you need to make changes in your life, and only you have the power to make the changes. Sometimes a simple meditation like Namu Amitofu can make a big difference. Or Umani Padme Hum can make a difference. Or Om Shrim Ganesha Namaha. Or Om Namah Shivaya. Or Om Mahalalaxmi Namaha. Or Om Ma Kali Namaha. There are many mantras out there to help you through many things. And like I said, this is not religion. This is simple practice. Even in the Bible, it says Salah, which means meditate. So all we're doing is gathering together as one, and we're meditating together. Remember, take a deep breath now, as deep as you can. And I want you to, as you're breathing in, to remember all the toxic stuff you've been carrying, and now release it with light and love. I release you with light and love. Breathe in, hold it, count to 10, and then release it slowly. I send you light and love. Everything that has happened yesterday does not exist today. Anything that happens today will not exist tomorrow. So take a deep breath, pull in all that toxic energy, whether it be work, whether it be family, whether it be financial, any type of distress. Breathe in deeply, hold it, count to 10, and start to release, sending it light and love. My problems, I send light and love to. Your problems, I send light and love to. My situations, I send light and love to. Your situations, I send light and love to. And you continue. Take another deep breath. And we're going back to relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Relaxing the mind, the body, the soul, and the spirit. Continuously say this as I chant for you again. And this will be my last chanting. Namo Amitofu, 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 Namo Amitofu. I want you guys to take another deep breath. And as you hold it, tell your body to wake up, waking up every single part of your body, your toes, your fingers, your back, your chest, your head. Bring everything back to normal and then release it with light and love. I send you light and love for helping me and guiding me. Light and love. Light and love, because it's the only thing that we have. Love, which is the only power that can overcome anything else. I know it's not easy, and I know it's not been easy for many of you. And there's a lot of people in the world right now that are going through a lot of pain and suffering and damage. There's a lot of families that are needing. There's a lot of friends that may be needing. A lot of people that may be in a situation when that's creating conflicts, and it creates a conflict in here. But I want you to remember one thing. We are here to do work. We are here to be kind, but we're not God. So we can only help one person at a time. We cannot pretend to be like these gigantic churches that say, I'm going to help you. And then all they want is finances, and they don't help you with anything. We're here to help one person at a time, to move 1 inch at a time, one step closer. And remember, the closer you get to the God of your beliefs, the more obstacles you're going to feel. And that's why meditation is very important, to take at least 5 minutes a day when you wake up in the morning. And instead of getting right up from bed, you sit there and you drink some water, and then you stretch your arms as high as you can. Then you stretch them and you move them, you stretch them back, and you bow your body down to the universe and thank God and the universe for allowing you another day. And then you take a deep breath and you just start breathing in and breathing out and breathing in and breathing out. And for those people who choose to have something religious so they can chant, it's fine. You can chant Jesus, 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 whatever you choose to chant. But chanting and meditating is not religious. But whatever you choose, it's up to you. Now, at this particular moment, I just want to go over this quick synopsis of what we were talking about today, which was basically toxicity, toxic people, toxic situations, toxic surroundings, whether it be your home, whether it be people, whether it be your neighbors, whether it be work, whether it be your family, whether it be your friends, whether it be even your pets. Anything that's toxic in your life that's causing you toxicity, get rid of it. Nothing that is toxic should be renting space in your head unless they're going to pay the rent. And if they're not paying the rent, then they should not be there. You cannot be afraid. If you're afraid to say, I can't be your friend, or I don't want to be around you, that speaks volumes of the type of person you are. But it also speaks on how much you care about yourself. And if you're not, even if your friends are not able to accept the fact that sometimes you need to just get away and pull away, then they're really not friends. A friend should accept and understand that sometimes you just need to get away. You need to breathe, and you need time for yourself, for self-healing, because that is what's important in your life and everything else that surrounds you. So I just want to leave you with this message and let you know that you are all loved. I send you all light and love wherever you are, whatever corner of the planet you are. I send you light and love. And although I send you light and love and I send you blessings from God, spirits, angels, and guides, I cannot bless you if you don't bless yourself. Self-love, self-understanding, self-blessing, that's very important. And that will go a long way. Now, just keep in mind that there's a lot of you out there that need healing. There's a lot of you out there that have been through emotional crises. There's a lot of you out there that have gone through spiritual crises. And at the end of the door, the God of your understanding has never abandoned you. Sometimes you've abandoned yourself. And that is the creating part of toxicness, because we keep saying, repeating over and over of what we don't have, or what we didn't get, or why. I'm just as guilty as anybody else. But I also have learned that once I know what the problem is, I become the master of my own turmoils and of my own happiness, because no one is responsible for that except you. Keep that in mind. Well, audience, you guys are amazing. You guys are great. Keep up the meditation because it's very, very important. I keep saying that if you want to talk about a certain topic, please write, ask for a topic, and I promise that when you see me on Mondays with Coffee with Ori, I will talk about the topic. And I will make people aware of what other people are thinking. I don't want to be the one to just create a topic. You already know that you have half hour of meditation that I incorporated because I want that. I enjoy doing that, and I've missed teaching my class. But I want to have feedback from what it is that you guys want to talk about, things that are true, things that have happened, things that are bothering you. And I want you to be aware that you are loved, and there is a lot of love and light, and not everyone in the world is going to put you down or make you feel less than. And you can't expect people to always bring you up either. People are human, and they have their own flaws, and they have their own goodness, and they also have their own negativity. So find your space in this planet that you live in. Find your place, find your peace, find your way, because only you are responsible for your happiness, and only you are responsible for your sadness. No one has the responsibility to make you happy or make you sad, only you. So remember, keep meditating. It's very important that you continuously meditate, because it is very, very important for not just for your growth, but also for your family's growth. It's very important. Now, we will be going to our last commercial, and then
You're back.
Okay, guys. Well, we're just waiting until our hour is up. It's been a great show. I want to thank Adriana that texted me about today's episode, and a few other people that have seen the show and are writing now, thanking me for today's episode. You know, sometimes there are things that you don't want to talk about, or we've been told not to talk about. Whatever goes on in the house stays in the house. But you know what? We're in 2021. If we cannot speak to each other, who are we going to speak to? Namaste to all of you. Love and light to all of you. You guys are amazing people. And you guys have amazing, amazing spirits. And all you need is just to tap into that inner self and be confident and love you. Is it done, Seth?